play when you feeling down on your ism ride. Play this shit right here, resuscitate your pimpin' and get you right back on your mission ride. For you hoes, just that shit you play when you ain't feeling like super hoe today. Play this shit right here to spark up your hoeing and get you right back going. You dig? What you play when you feeling down? Dig. Pimp for real, don't mistake it for fashion. The turn birth, my reputation for mashing. Put the track with active, attractive hoes. Professional goers that attract the dough. Like magnets to metal, never settle. We scorching the bag bitches pedal for them portions. My horse win it all. Not the ones on the sideline wishing but didn't ball in the guidelines. My bitches did it all. Down 7 below in the snow for dough. Over 120 in the sun for fun. They mash for hours, hooker baths, not showers. Bright and early, down and dirty for the cash and power. They gotta get the cash, the towers, and reach it all to a pimp. In my position, I'm all but exempt. These bras not wimps, I'm like the renegade bitches. BFFs with tricks, but never getting paid bitches. Grenade bitches, they dynamite. Blowing up on the pimpin' and missing when the time is right. But when they life gets strife, they see pimpin' shining bright. But they action is life without, bitch, will strike you out. Oh, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Smashing on these bitches, nigga, can't stop, won't stop. Poppin' pimpin', nigga, can't stop. One of them joints right here, man, that you play when you feeling down on your ism ride. Play this shit right here and resuscitate your pimpin' and get you right back on your mission ride. For you hoes, just that shit you play when you ain't feeling like super hoe today. Play this shit right here to spark up your hoeing and get you right back going. You dig? Dig this. Pimps for real, don't mistake it for fashion. The turf that birthed my reputation for mashing was the track with active, attractive hoes. Professional goers that attract the dough. Like magnets to metal, never settle. We scorching them bag bitches pedal for them portions. My horse win it all. Not the ones on the sideline wishing but didn't ball in the guidelines. My bitches did it all. Down 7 below in the snow for dough. Over 120 in the sun for fun. They mash for hours, hooker baths, not. All right. Excuse my pimping while I get everything together. Y'all can hear me cool? Top of it there, everybody. I got myself watching myself. Hold on. Get it together. We're going to chop this good game this afternoon. Get my shit right. Trying to get it with it. I ain't blind so much for you. Hold on. All right, y'all, go ahead, wipe your feet off at the door. If you ain't did so yet, what I mean by that is hit that motherfucking like button for a pimp, please, and thank you. We getting ready to chop this good old game, man. We getting ready to chop this good game. I gotta get this camera right. Yeah, man, it's an interesting interview with Mike Tyson and Boosie, man. And it's a lot of game to be learned from that interview, man. Y'all about to learn some good game, man. Let me go ahead and pour some of this good old love, man. I'll break some shit down to you from a game's perspective, from a pimp's perspective. Dale Winston, good looking with the $3 holler, you dig? trying to get this camera right. First, let me get this. Okay. All right, that's cool. All right, now, so the whole Mike Tyson Boosie interview, right? So a lot of people ranting and raving about this shit. And, I thought to myself, what if Boosie had some pimping about himself, man? How would the pimping have responded in that interview to Mike Tyson addressing him in that fashion, right? Love break, excuse my pimping. So let's go ahead and get to it. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear this. I'm going to go ahead and play Mike Tyson asking Boosie what he asked him.
Why do you say things about a person that might be a homosexual? Why do you say that about them? Do you feel there's a possibility that you're a homosexual and you by disrespect them, you further yourself from being a homosexual or thinking you may like homosexuals?
Nah, I'm straight as an arrow. I'm just saying,
I'm not saying you are, but why do you have? If you're straight, why do you? I really
commented on the Dwayne Wade situation because I got offended because it's a child. That's why I really got offended.
Okay, now let me give y'all a little bit of understanding. Give y'all a little bit of game and clarity so you can understand that little exchange right there. Y'all was able to hear that, right? Alex Valenzuela, good looking for the $5 holler, you dig? So y'all, let me know y'all was able to hear that before we continue, because I don't want to, push along with this game and y'all not able to hear the video as I go through it. A pimp new to this whole Streamlabs shit right here, so I'm still learning. Okay, so y'all was able to hear the interview, cool. All right, cool, so I'm gonna play it again one more time. And I'm gonna go through it as I play it.
Why do you say things about a person that might be a homosexual? Why do you say that about them? Do you feel there's a possibility that you're a homosexual and you by disrespect them, you further yourself from being a homosexual or thinking you may like homosexuals?
Okay, man. See, you got to understand, right? Okay. Mike Tyson is a street nigga. Boosie is a street nigga. Mike Tyson done been to the penitentiary. Boosie done been to the penitentiary, right? So you gotta keep certain things in mind like that so that you understand going into listening to this what's taking place, right? To the untrained eye and mind, what's taking place, you gonna miss certain things because you don't know the premise of why things are being said, how things are being said. Now, like I said, both of them been to the penitentiary. So let's place them in the penitentiary, right? See, for those of y'all who ain't never been incarcerated, you got to understand that when you locked up, everything is about respect, right? Everything is about respect. In order for you to make it in there, you have to understand respect thoroughly. You have to understand how to respect yourself. You have to understand how to respect others. And you have to understand, you have to be able to interpret disrespect. Because motherfuckers is constantly trying you in the most subtle ways when you incarcerated. Motherfuckers is always trying you in the most subtle ways. And they when they try you, they looking for any signs of bitch. They smelling for it. It could be something as simple as like, how you doing? Or what's up, loved one? Or some shit like that. Like they checking your temperature at all times to sense if there's any bitch madeness about you. So and when you incarcerated, if a motherfucker gets any type of indication that you got any bitch up in you, now you the prey. Now you food, right? So Mike Tyson, right here he's in prison mode. Right here he's in savage mode in the penitentiary, right? Because this is the type of shit that takes place in the pen. You know, a nigga will ask you a little question like that, and depending on how you respond, either you're gonna have to fight, get your ass whooped, and maintain your respect, or you're gonna be washing drawers, you're gonna be shining shoes, you're gonna be creasing up Levi's for the next man, right? That's how that shit go. So Mike Tyson, he just has certain things embedded in him this never gonna leave, right? And the motherfucker got to understand that type of shit. So Mike is cold, man. Cause see, hold on. Where is that shit at? I got it right here. Hold on. Okay, now it's certain things that motherfuckers do, right? It's certain indicators that people give to let like predators know that they could prey upon a motherfucker. A predator know when they got one, right? And Mike is a predator. He said that several times in this interview that he's a predator, right? I can't remember where exactly in the interview, but anybody who's seen this interview, you know that Mike said several times throughout the interview that he's a predator, right? So, and Boosie even knows this, right? Hold on, I'm finding the shit right now. Okay, now on this part, Boosie is letting it be known that he knows that Mike is a predator, right? And that Mike is looking for signs of weakness, because that's what Mike do. He look for signs of weakness.
Yeah, you say you knew you was gonna beat him when you looked in his eye. You say you knew it was over when you looked in his eye as soon as he got in the ring.
Right. See, so Boosie is letting it be known that the type of nigga that Mike is, because a lot of y'all have seen that clip. I've seen it where, you know, Mike was, you know, explaining that, you know, when he get in the ring, when they touching gloves, and the ref is laying out the rules of the fight and everything, Mike is looking his opponent in his eyes, and he's looking for any type of sign of weakness. And like Boosie just said, you know, you knew it was over as soon as you got in the ring and you looked in his eyes, right? So you know what type of nigga this is, right? So let me show you what Boosie did when he stepped in the ring and Mike looked him in the eye.
I'm 37. I ain't young. Like you, I watch everything.
He watched everything. So he let Mike know immediately upon, you know, coming up in there that he's a big fan, right? And that's cool, but it's just a certain way that you go about things, right?
37 looking good for fucking.
Hey.
You're gangy, nigga. You don't know nothing about it. Sit down, Boosie, sit down, bro.
Right. Sit your ass down, little boy. Okay, I know I got you. You know what I mean? We finna have fun tonight, man. Sit your ass down, little bitch. You know what I mean? I got you, man. Sit your little bitch ass down. And look, Boosie gonna keep going. He don't stop there. He keep going.
This is Evan.
I don't know this shit. This is like a bucket list for me.
Bucket list. You know what I mean? Like this is something on his bucket list that, you know, that he could check off the bucket list. You know what I mean? That he is getting to sit down with Mike Tyson, but he don't stop there. He keep going.
Sit down.
I had punch out everything.
I had punch out everything. You know, and see, it's cool to be a fan of somebody, right? But when you dealing with men, and not just dealing with men, but men like Mike Tyson, a motherfucker that's a savage, a motherfucker that's a predator and a brute, you know what I mean? This is why it's a beautiful thing to have this game, you know? And even if you're not in the game, this is why it's a beautiful thing to have a pimp friend, to have pimp counsel, to have pimp influence. You know what I mean? That's why I get on here and I chop this pimping, you know what I mean, for motherfuckers who ain't got no pimping around them, so that, you know, you can have that pimp influence and have that game up in you, so that you can utilize this game in whatever situation that you're going in. you know, at your work, at your job, if you got a square job, you know, if dealing with your supervisor or just dealing with your wife or your husband or, you know, dealing with different people, you know what I mean? Being able to take this game with you, you know? So that's where when that entrance, that beginning, you know what I mean? When Boosie was like, oh, this is my bucket list and all that type of shit. He letting Mike know that he's a bitch in Mike's mind. Now, I don't think Boosie is a bitch, and let me get that understood. I have major respect for Boosie. I have major respect for Mike Tyson. But I'm just putting y'all in the mind frame of convicts and hood niggas and niggas that's just grimy, niggas that's preying upon weakness. That's the mind frame I'm putting you in. So when I say certain things, I don't mean any disrespect to Boosie, and I don't mean any disrespect to Mike Tyson. I'm just putting y'all in the mind frame of, you know, when motherfuckers is locked up, like both of them have been, and like I have been, right? Mr. J, Mr. J Rock, good looking with the $5 holla. You dig? So like I said, Boosie made that mistake when he first came in, right? And then he showed that he knew what type of person Mike Tyson is when he was like, yeah, you said you knew it was over as soon as they stepped in the ring and you looked him in the eye. So you know what type of nigga this is. So Mike is further checking his temperature when he asks him, you know, like maybe you a homosexual, you know, or maybe you like homosexuals and maybe that's why you disrespect them so that you could distance yourself further from them because you really are one or you like them. So Mike said that, right? And go back to that. And then he immediately contradicts himself. Mike does. As soon as Boosie starts to respond.
Think about a person that might be a homosexual. Why do you say that about them? Do you feel the possibility that you're a homosexual and you by disrespect them, you furthers yourself from being a homosexual? Or thinking you may like homosexuals?
Nah, I'm straight as an arrow. I'm just saying, you know.
I'm not saying you are, but what?
Right, see, he like, I know. I'm not saying you are, but you did just say that he is, you know? So Mike is like, Mike is playing a cold mind game on Boosie, you know? And again, as the title suggests, you know, what if Boosie was a pimp? How would he have responded? Let me put some love in my body for a second. Go ahead, hit me with them splash emojis, man. Let me know y'all on page with a pimp, in tune with this love shit. So, pimping, right? Pimping gonna take this game everywhere he go. And this is the thing about respect, right? When you want respect from people, of course you have to respect yourself. And a part of respecting yourself is standing on your manhood. And sometimes when you standing on your manhood, you might have to take an L. You have to be prepared to take an L because sometimes you just might have to. But at the end of the day, it's better to take that L and maintain your respect than to take an L and be treated like a bitch. Because either way, you're going to take an L. Gorilla Zoe, good looking for the $5 holla for the pimping, good looking. Either way, you're going to take an L. Like in that situation, you know, if Boosie would have stood on his manhood and responded, you know, like the pimping would have, it could have escalated the situation. You know, now, part of me would like to believe that because they on an interview and things like that, and you know, Mike Tyson, this is his business, so he's gonna keep himself professional. Part of me would like to think that if Boosie would have responded a different way, that Mike would have maintained his composure and wouldn't have got violent. But whatever the case, you got to be ready for that shit. Because this is Mike Tyson. We know Mike Tyson is a fool. We know Mike Tyson done acted a fool in interviews before. You know, we know Mike Tyson is a loose cannon. you know, and he's unpredictable and shit like that. We know all of this, right? So, you know, it's so many different ways that the pimpin' would have responded because, you know, the pimpin' read mind games from a mile away. The pimpin' know when a motherfucker's trying to play mind games with him, right? And see, if Mike would have asked me a question like that, it's so many ways that you can fuck with him, right? Now, one way that the pimp could respond is like, well, shit, man, I'm just as gay as you, Mike. I'm just as gay as you, Mike Tyson. You know, because you putting the whatever it is that he trying to put on you boomeranging it right back at him. You know what I mean? I'm just as gay as you. But really, a motherfucker ain't just as gay as Mike because watch this. We gonna look at some of Mike's history. Oh wait, hold on. We're gonna look at some of Mike's history. I'm trying to find the shit, you know what I mean? Where Mike Tyson kissed Lennox Lewis. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, wait. Damn. I don't know where that shit is, right? But anyway, I'm just speak on it, right? You know, Mike Tyson, Freddie P, good looking with the $5 holler. You know, Mike Tyson, y'all know he fought Lennox Lewis, and Lennox Lewis beat him. And when Lennox beat Mike Tyson, after the fight, Mike Tyson kissed the man on the cheek. You know what I mean? Mike Tyson kissed that man on the cheek, man. So if you going into the interview with this type of shit in mind, right, and you prepared with this game for Mike to try to play mind games with you, you keeping that in mind, right? Then it's another when they was doing like the press conference for a fight. I forget who that was that Mike was fighting. It might have been Lennox when they had the thing, when they got into it and shit like that. And Mike was like, nah, it wasn't Lennox that he did that with, man. I can't remember who it was. Somebody in the comment section, one of y'all probably remember that shit. But Mike was like, he was like, yeah, I'll make you my bitch. You fucking faggot, I'll make you my bitch. You know, like saying shit like that. So, you know, like I said, Pimp could have responded like, well, I'm just as gay as you, Mike. And then be like, well, nah, I don't know. Maybe you might like homosexuals too, so I probably ain't as gay as you. I'm not gay at all, but you might like gay people because, you know, you said you would make people your bitch. You kissed Lennox Lewis on the cheek when he beat you, you know what I mean? So maybe that was like a, you know, fight and then we fuck type of thing. I don't know, Mike. You know, maybe when Lennox fought you, and you liked the way he beat you, you kissed him on the cheek so y'all can, you know, have some makeup sex afterwards. You know, I'm not saying you gay, but I don't know. Maybe you like gay people more than I do. You know, I don't have a problem with gay people, but maybe that's your thing. I don't know. You know, could have flipped it on him like that because you have to let this motherfucker know that you not a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a man, and you can't just come at me any kind of way. I love you, Mike. I respect you, but you can't you can't get at me like that. And then look what Mike goes on to say.
If you're straight, why do you?
I really commented on the Dwayne Wade situation because I got offended because it's a child. You know, that's why I really got offended. You know, and that's why I really said if it was a motherfucking 19-year-old, 18-year-old grown person, I probably wouldn't. I know I wouldn't have said nothing.
Why did you?
But I felt like
I'm just saying, I'm not judging you. Don't ever think I'm here judging you.
You see how Mike coming with the game? I'm not judging you. You know what I mean? Like, Mike is a motherfucker, man. Like, he's a savage and a brute and all that shit. But Mike is still smart than a motherfucker. He's intelligent. He got vocab, all that shit. You know what I mean? But when it comes to this pimping, you're no match. Like, yeah, with the fisticuffs, Mike, you gonna whoop my ass. I ain't gonna lie. Mike is gonna fuck me up. The best thing I could do is try to, like, make sure that he doesn't give me the worst ass whooping. Defend myself to the point where, he just don't, like, severely hurt me. And see, me, I work out. I'm in fairly decent shape. So, honestly, I think I'm physically stronger than Mike Tyson. He gonna beat my ass, you know what I mean? But I think I'm physically stronger than him. So what I'm gonna try to do, if Mike attack me, I'm gonna try to get him in the headlock. I'm gonna try to choke him out, because I think if I get him in the headlock, the combination of me being stronger than him and being scared that he gonna beat my ass if I let him out this headlock, you know what I mean? I'm gonna try to Melvin and Baby Boy that nigga. Yeah, call your mama. That's what Freeze gonna try to do, you know what I mean, with Mike. I'm gonna try to get that motherfucker in the headlock, and I'm not letting go. I'm not letting go at all, you know what I mean? Because I know that if I let this nigga go, he's gonna tear my ass up. So nigga, I'm getting you in the headlock, nigga, and I'm not letting go. You know what I mean? Until, some people come try to interfere and give me a chance to run, you know what I mean? Like they pull Mike back and then I run. And I'm up out of there, you know what I mean? Nah, I ain't gonna run, but yeah, Pimpin' ain't gonna run. But I'm gonna get that nigga in the headlock if he give me if he slip at all. But anyway, like I said, Mike play these mind games, man. But when it come to the pimping, when it come to this game, he's no match. Yeah, he gonna beat me on some fighting physically, but mental games, I'm gonna whoop Mike Tyson's ass. I'm gonna beat that nigga ass, man. He ain't no match for this pimping, So, like I said, this is how the pimping would respond in a situation like that. You know what I mean? Mike, yeah, I think maybe you are homosexual, and that's why you say certain things, because you want to distance yourself. Maybe you like homosexuals. Oh, I'm just as gay as you, Mike. Oh, nah, matter of fact, hold on, scratch that. I might not be as gay as you. You might be gayer than me, Mike, because, I don't know. I had no problem with homosexual people. I love the LGBTQ community, man, but, you like making men your bitch, you know what I mean? And you like eating babies and stuff like that. And then, too, when niggas beat your ass, you kiss them on the cheek. So you like, you probably like makeup sex and things like that, you know what I mean? After a nigga whoop your ass, like, ooh, that nigga's so strong. I just love the way that nigga was punching my head off, you know what I mean? Damn, I want that nigga. You know what I mean? I don't know, Mike, you might be that type of dude, I don't get down like that. No, all love and respect to the gay community, you know what I mean? But that's probably you, Mike. It ain't me, but maybe you. So let me ask you, Mike, are you gay? And is that why you put on the image that you put on to make people scared of you? You know what I mean? Because you want to hide the fact, you want to distance yourself from that image as much as possible. That's how a pimp gonna respond. You know what I mean? Kendall Hope, good looking with the $5 holla. Louisville, Kentucky, pimp in the house. Dig that. Okay, so let's continue.
I'm just trying to understand you.
Yeah.
And I got some demons. You ain't in my world when it comes to demons.
And see, that's to try to like intimidate him. You know what I mean? Now he trying to play the intimidation game. I mean, this whole time he been playing the intimidation game, but he's stepping the intimidation up, talking about, because I got demons and you ain't even in my world when it come to demons. You know what I mean? And see, I'm the pimpin'. And just like Mike is a fool with the savagery, I'm a fool with this game. And just like he could get ignorant and violent, you know what I mean? I'm going to get ignorant with my mind. And I'm going to be ignorant with this game, you know what I mean? So I'm going to give you an intellectual ass whooping But it's gonna be all with this game though. You know what I mean? So you can't say things to me like, yeah, you ain't even in my world when it come to demons. I got demons. Yeah, Mike, you know, this the pimping response. You know, Mike, yeah, you right. You know, I ain't in your world when it come to demons, but you ain't in my world neither, man. Because I got demons too, you know what I mean? But we got two different kind of demons, you know what I mean? See, your type of demon, you know, you get frustrated when you can't spell a 7-letter or better word, you know what I mean? If it's a word that got 7 letters, you get, and you get mad, you know what I mean? Or, you know what I mean, if a bitch rejects you, you want to fight and all that type of shit, you know what I mean? Or, you know, just like how in the interview you was talking about you wanted to fight Prince, you know what I mean? Because he was a handsome fly motherfucker that was probably fucking on bitches that you wish you could but knew you couldn't, you know what I mean? You just, you know, that's what your demons do. Your demons make you mad when you see niggas that's flyer than you. My demons, you know what I mean? I got intellectual demons, you know what I mean? I got game demons, you know? And my demons make me whoop motherfuckers' ass with this game. You know what I mean? Your demons get mad and want to fight shit and tear up shit, you know what I mean? My demons push me to do shit to people intellectually, you know what I mean? It probably shouldn't be done, you know what I mean? But yeah, my demons is just as powerful as yours, man. You know, we just do different things with our demons, you dig? So, like I said, man, this is you standing on your ground, man, as a man. And like I said, this pimping, you know, I just wish Boosie had some pimping with him, man. I wish he would have took some game with him in this interview, you know? Just like Customato used to train Mike, you know what I mean, and be pumping him up before the fight. You know, I wish some pimping could have been in Boosie's ear, pumping him up before this interview. Like, all right, man, you already know what type of nigga Mike is, man. He like to try niggas, man. He like playing games, mind games with motherfuckers, man. You got to be ready for that shit, man, with this game, man. You got to whoop that nigga ass with this game, man. I just wish he would have had some type of pimping in there with him, man. I wish he would have took some game with him, man. But like I say, man, this how the pimping gonna respond in these types of situations, man. Talking about demons. Yeah, nigga, my demons is gonna have your demons. You know, if we in prison, my demons is gonna have your demons, you know what I mean, fetching the paper for me. You know what I mean? My demons is gonna have your demons, you know, like cooking soups for me and shit like that, putting the jalapeno cheese spread on my tortilla. And hooking my soup up, you know what I mean, and putting the tuna in there the way I like it, and taking the razor and slicing up the pickles real fine, you know what I mean. Take your time. Yeah, that's my demons is gonna make your demons do that, you know what I mean. My demons is gonna send your demons, because I got pimp demons, you know what I mean, and my pimp demons send brute, foolish, you know what I mean, retarded, dumb, can't spell demons like yours, you know what I mean? That's what my demons do, you know what I mean? My demons send your dumb ass demons, because my demons got game. Your demons is just strong and stupid, you know what I mean? If my demon wants something lifted, you know what I mean, my demon might be able to pick that shit up, but guess what? Because I know your demons is stupid and strong, I'm going to send your stupid, strong-ass demon to go do that shit for me, you know what I mean? Because I don't want to get my hands dirty. You know, Pimp got a fresh manicure. My demons stay manicured up, you know what I mean? And we don't like fucking our hands up. And we know your dumb-ass, stupid, strong demons like doing all that type of shit. So guess what? My Pimp demons is going to send your stupid, strong, thug, gangster, you know, savage demons to go do all the hard labor and all that type of shit, you know what I mean? That's what my demons do, Mike, you know? Pimp just gonna come with the game, man. You know, this is how the pimp is gonna respond in these types of situations, man. You know, you can't talk to no pimp any old kind of way, especially trying to play mind games, you know. Like me, and like I said, I love Mike. You know what I mean? I love Mike. If I ever see Mike, it's all love, you know what I mean? But you can't play mind games with me. Don't even try it. I'm gonna fuck you up. You gonna have to get violent. Mike gonna have to whoop my ass. You know what I mean? He gonna have to try me, man. He gonna have to punch on me, man, to shut me up, man, because I got demons too. But my demons is pimp demons, you know what I mean? Put some of this good old love shit in my body, man. Talking about he got demons. And see, throughout the interview, man, Boosie was just letting Mike manipulate him, man. And I wasn't feeling that shit. Now, I know you a fan of Mike. I'm a fan of Mike, too. But I'm a fan of his fighting. And I'm a fan of his heart because I know deep down inside, Mike is a kind-hearted motherfucker. He just puts on a certain image as a defense mechanism. You know what I mean? He act like a savage, well, not act like he really is, but he puts on the savage role as a defense mechanism. He says it in the interview. You know what I mean? Like he want people to be scared of him. Hold on. And look what he say when he was saying he want people to be scared of him. Hold on, where is this shit at?
Yeah, I thrived off of fear because I was afraid. I wanted people to fear me.
Yeah, he was afraid, so he wanted people to fear him. So Mike is really a kind-hearted nigga. So like I said, I got love and respect for Mike. But the whole manipulation thing, you're not gonna be able to run that on the pimp. You ain't gonna like Mike. You cool, you smart and all that. You got decent vocab. I know you read and shit like that. You cool, Mike, but you don't want to have a mental sparring match with the pimp. No, you don't. So this is one of the times throughout the interview where Mike manipulates Boosie. You know what I mean? Like, see, like I say all the time, people, we speak auto-suggestively all the time. And what I mean by that, like we project ourselves onto people when we say certain shit. You know what I mean? Like, here's an example of Mike doing that.
No, listen, you love everybody.
Yeah.
You just don't love yourself.
Sometimes.
You're good.
Man, if you don't get out of here with that shit, you just don't love yourself. And Boosie motherfucking ass like, sometimes. Look at his face, man. Talking about sometimes. Nigga, if you don't get out of here with that shit, nigga, that's Mike that don't love himself. Nigga, Boosie, you love yourself. Nigga, stop it. See, but Mike don't love himself. You know what I mean? Mike got these demons that make him not love himself. So he think every nigga from the hood is like him. Look at this shit.
Tour manager gay. I got cousins who gay.
No. Listen, you love everybody.
Yeah.
You just don't love yourself.
Sometimes.
You're a good man.
Man, I love Boosie, my nigga, but man, if Boosie was my homeboy, man, I'd have roasted the shit out this nigga, man. 99 overall ink, good looking with the 99-cent holler. Mr. 99 or Miss 99, I'm not sure which one you are, but I appreciate you. It's probably Mr. But yeah, man, you see this shit? This nigga Boosie talking about sometime. Man, let me play that shit one more time, man. Excuse me for laughing so motherfucking hard, but this shit is hilarious, man. This nigga Boosie allowing Mike Tyson, old brute, stupid, strong demon having ass to manipulate him like this, man. This shit crazy.
No. Listen, you love everybody.
Yeah.
You just don't love yourself.
Sometimes.
You're a good man.
Hey, man, I cannot watch that shit without dying laughing. That shit is so motherfucking funny, man. And see, like I said, the way a pimp gonna respond in that situation, you know what I mean? Again, it's like, and it wouldn't even be like in this case, it wouldn't even be in a disrespectful fashion. Like, nah, Mike, I don't know about you, but me, I love myself dearly. You know what I mean? I don't have that story where, certain things that I've done throughout my life and, ways that I've treated people was a result of me not loving myself. No, I've always had a thorough love for myself, man. That's not my story. Might be your story, Mike, and more power to you, but no, that's not my story, man. I'm a pimp, and pimps, we love ourselves, man. And even before the pimping, man, you know, I was just raised to love myself, man. You know, I don't have that problem. But Boosie, he just such a damn fan of Mike and so nice and don't want to offend him and like, man, this is why I just love being the pimping, man. This is why I love just being armed and gamers, man. Taking this game with me every motherfucking where I go, man. Just ready mentally for every motherfucking thing that somebody like Mike Tyson is gonna try on me, man. You know, like I said, I love Mike Tyson like dearly. You know what I mean? I admire Mike Tyson for so many reasons in so many ways, you know what I mean? Not just because, you know, he was the heavyweight champ and all that type of shit, but just like his work ethic, you know what I mean? Like his attention to detail when it came to boxing. Like, I think Mike Tyson don't get enough credit as a boxer, you know what I mean? I love Mike, but one thing I am not gonna let Mike Tyson, you know, stupid, strong, demon having ass do is, you know what I mean, outwit my, you know, pimp demons. You know what I mean? His stupid, strong, brute demons is not finna be no match for my pimp demons, man. You know, I'm gonna make the nigga fight himself. You know what I mean? These pimp demons is gonna make him fight his stupid, strong demons fight theyself. You know what I mean? Ain't nowhere in the world that I'm gonna let Mike Tyson manipulate me, man, like this. I'm gonna tell Boosie, you love everybody. You just don't love yourself. And Boosie like, sometimes. Man, this shit crazy as a motherfucker talking about sometimes, man. Let me go to another point where Boosie allowed Mike to manipulate his motherfucking ass, and this shit was so motherfucking crazy. I was looking at this shit and I'm like, man, why is he just allowing Mike to just manipulate his motherfucking ass like this, man? Shit ain't cool. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Mike with these old, like, elementary school, you know, preschool tricycle, you know what I mean, bike with the training wheels on it, manipulation tactics, man.
Because we were so accustomed to being slaves, so we give our power up. So who you gave your power to? Your wife, your woman, your homeboy. Who you gave your manager? Who you gave?
You see this shit? Mike, you know what I mean? We so used to giving power up because we so used to being slaves. And he like, no, nigga, you gave your power up to the bitch. Who you gave your power up to? Your wife, your girl, your manager. Who you gave your power up to? Like, he just know this nigga done gave his power up. Like, nigga, you gave your power up, nigga. Like, gave power up to the bitch, man. Like, that shit is crazy. Nah, Mike, you gave your power up to bitches like Robin Givens and shit like that and allowed the bitch, you know what I mean, to play your motherfucking ass, you know, and the other stupid punk ass bitch that lied on you and shit. You allow these people to get close to you and play you and manipulate you, man, because, you know what I mean, you was young and mentally and emotionally vulnerable and shit like that, man. So motherfuckers like Don King, Robin Givens, you know what I mean, the Desiree Washington faggot ass bitch that lied on him, you know, Mike allowed these people to manipulate him, man, because he was mentally and emotionally vulnerable, man. So that's why you're used to giving your power up to motherfuckers, man. That's what you accustomed to. But Boosie ain't accustomed to giving his power up to motherfuckers, man. Like, why you putting that on Boosie? That's you. You know what I mean? He putting the gay shit on Boosie, but, nigga, is that you? You know what I mean? You telling Boosie he don't love himself. No, that's you. You don't love yourself. You know what I mean? Now he talking about Boosie giving up power. No, nigga, you giving up power. That's what you used to. You giving your power up to motherfuckers, man. Look at this shit.
Give your power up to. Who thinks for you?
Explain it again.
Right. Boosie like, explain it again. You know why, Boosie? You talking about explain it again? Nigga, because that's not you. You know what I mean? But he want to conform to Mike so bad. He want Mike to manipulate his ass so motherfucking bad You know what I mean? He like, explain it again. Because maybe I do be giving up my power, but I don't know how. You nigga, you don't know how because that's not what you do. You know what I mean? Right. Like DG94 said he's projecting his insecurities on Boosie 100. Yeah, man. This shit crazy as a motherfucker. Look at this shit.
You have a manager, agent. Do you
I
have
got
a
a
guy?
role manager.
Do you know? Check this
I don't
out.
have a man.
Do you have a guy that you go to and say, hey, how my bills? Hey, how's that doing? Hey, what about this? Can we?
See, that's what Mike do. You see how he trying to like pigeonhole Boosie in? He like, who's your manager? Because Mike give his power up to a manager. Boosie like, I don't got no manager. Mike like, well, damn, who else could it be? Boosie like, I got a road manager. Mike like, nah, that ain't it. Who you go to is like, what do I do here? How do I do this? Nigga, that's you. Boosie don't have that problem. Nigga, you got that problem. You know what I mean? So, but Boosie just so like go with the flow. You know what I mean? So not stand your ground, not, you know, maintain your dignity or nothing like that. Hold on.
Go over here to Europe and take care of that. Hey, I saw an opening here for this oil ranch. Can we do this?
My personal assistant. My assistant.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Yeah.
See, look, Mike got frustrated a little bit. He was like, no, I don't mean like that. He trying to find somebody in Boosie's life that does what the motherfucker that like that does in Mike's life. He trying to find, you know, whoever it is that boss Mike around or play with Mike's mind, manipulate Mike. He trying to find somebody like that in Boosie's life. And when Boosie said his personal assistant, at first Mike was like, well, nah, I don't mean, and then he switched it up. Look how he switched it up.
Yeah, that's who I go to for.
Really?
Yeah.
Right, then he like, really? Okay. Watch this, dig this. Look, Mike try to get pimpish on him. He say, you see how Mike try to come with the pimping? He like, dig this.
Listen, dig this, right?
that nigga Mike got pimpish on Boosie real quick. He said, listen, dig this, right? That nigga Mike must have been watching my videos, man. Talking about, listen, dig this, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, man, Mike, let me go through my motherfucking subscribers, man. That nigga Mike probably subscribed to a pimp right now, man. That's why he trying to come with all this motherfucking game, man. Mike probably got him a hoe over there, man. He trying to learn some shit, and then he, you know, he trying to take what he learned and practice that shit on his motherfucking show, man. That's what he doing, man. Let me find out Mike over there, you know what I mean, in Brooklyn with hoes down on Pennsylvania Avenue, you know what I mean, on the track or some shit, you know what I mean? Mike over there trying to try his pimp in, talking about dig this. Look at him. Dig this.
Listen, dig this, right? He's your assistant. She's your assistant. But she's your assistant, but she's your boss because she knows more about your life than you.
You see this shit, man? Now see. Hey, and see, that's why I said, man, this is such a like penitentiary situation. This is such a county jail situation because anybody who done been locked up before, you done been around, you done been a young nigga that's locked up before, like me. I done been a young nigga that was locked up before, right? And it's always an older nigga that think because they older that they smarter than you. You know what I mean? And yeah, nigga, you older, you been around longer, but you stupid. You not smarter than me, nigga. You dumb. You know what I mean? You see this shit he just said to Boosie? Yeah, she's your assistant, but she's your boss because she knows more about your life than you. Nigga, what? And the nigga be thinking he really said something. Nigga be thinking he spit a cold bar. Nigga be like this. Yeah, man, you know, she your assistant, man, but you know, she really your boss, man, because she know more about your life than you. That nigga Mike think he really said a bar with that shit, man. Yeah, man. She your assistant, but she really your boss because she know more about your life than you.
Because she can't be your assistant. She has to be more than your assistant. You just use that word to make yourself feel superior to her, but she's more superior to you because she controls your world.
Hey man, see, this is the problem with niggas who done spent too much time locked up, man. Because when you be locked up, man, like niggas be having too much time to themselves sometimes. So they start thinking dumbass shit. You know, they start letting their mind wander off into different places, and they think that they going to a higher place intellectually, man. But you really just thinking some dumbass shit. Yeah, you just calling your assistant to make you feel good about yourself, but she's really your superior because she controls your life. Nigga, what? And see, Boosie just going for the shit. He just like listening to this dumbass shit. You know what I mean? And that shit is killing me, the way Boosie is just sitting back, just going for this shit, man. That's why I said, you know, like, I wish it was some pimping involved in this shit, man. I wish it was some pimping that was in this interview, man, because a pimp ain't gonna let Mike Tyson talk to him like this, man. Pimping ain't going for this shit. And Boosie is just going for this shit, man. This shit is killing me. The way Mike is talking to this nigga, it like, see, for those of y'all who ain't never been locked up, I'm glad you ain't never been locked up. So you can't understand from experience. But for a nigga, like a nigga who been locked up, you know these type of OGs, man, the type of OGs that get mad when you get the newspaper before them. And they say stupid shit like, I don't know why you in a hurry to get the newspaper. You wasn't reading that shit on the street. Nigga just mad because you got the newspaper before his old slow ass, nigga. Nah, nigga, you just old and slow, nigga. You mad a young, fast, intelligent, sharp, fly nigga that's trying to feed his mind this morning got to the newspaper before your motherfucking ass, nigga. Talking about you wasn't reading that shit on the street. Yeah, nigga, you wasn't reading that shit on the street neither, nigga. It's a lot of things your ass wasn't doing on the street. You old smoker ass nigga. You wasn't taking showers on the street neither, nigga, but you in here taking showers all of a sudden, nigga. Yeah, you wasn't shaving on the streets neither, nigga, but all of a sudden you in here asking motherfucker, hey, youngster, can I borrow a razor, man? You got a razor I can get to a store come? Yeah, nigga, like, that's how you got to deal with certain old niggas, man. These old niggas that be thinking they smart, man, but they really not smart, man. They just been on earth longer than you, man, so they think that you dumb or something, man. Like, that type of shit be killing me, man. But yeah, man, look at this shit Mike saying to this nigga, man.
No, I don't.
Yeah, that's who I go to for.
Really?
Yeah.
Dig this. Here come Mike with the game.
Dig this, right?
Dig this, right?
She's your assistant. she's your assistant. But she's your assistant. But she's your boss because she knows more about your life than you.
Man, that shit is so fucking stupid. Like, man, that's a dumbass statement. Listen. Nigga really be thinking they saying a bar. Like, nigga be thinking they really saying something, man. Like, listen. And Boosie just on the edge of his seat like this, like. Oh, man. Listen. She's your assistant, but she's really your boss because she knows more about your life than you. Nigga, what? How this assistant know more about my life than me? That nigga might just be talking, man. And that's what killed, like, I guess it's so frustrating to me because, you know, we all have our things that we're good at, right? We all have our things that we're gifted with and naturally blessed with. And some people are good at humor. Some people just naturally know how to make you laugh. Some people are good speakers. They just know how to communicate. Some people have extensive vocabularies, you know, and to be a good communicator, you don't have to have the best vocabulary in the world. You just got to know how to connect your thoughts with other people's minds. You know, you just have to be able to communicate shit in a way to people where they can understand it. And if it got a little flavor on it, if it got a little flair on it, then that's cool. But it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to sound smart. You don't have to sound intelligent. And it fucks me up. It frustrates me when a motherfucker who is not as smart as they try to make themselves seem is trying to make themselves seem that way. Like, that shit kills me. You know what I mean? And Mike, you cool. But stop trying to like act like you smarter than what you is, man. That shit be fucking me up when niggas do that shit. She's your assistant, but she's really your boss because she knows more about your life than you. Nigga, what? Nigga, stop. Like, that shit kills me. How does assistant know more about this man's life than him? She just knows certain things about his business. And she don't know more about his business than him. Like, but this is Mike's experience though. Mike's experience is motherfuckers knowing more about certain aspects of his life than him. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers like Don King manipulating his ass and playing his ass out the money because he was preying on, you know, the fact that Mike was young and, you know, emotionally vulnerable, mentally vulnerable, and all that type of shit. You know what I mean? You know, Don King really did Mike wrong, you know? So this is just like a reflection of all that shit. Not just Don King, but all the people that used Mike, you know, when he was like making $100 million in a year back in the early 90s, late 80s, all that type of shit. You know what I mean? When Mike was really the man, you know, that's why he be saying shit. He say that throughout the interview, like, you know, that's why we have so many people around and so many bitches around because we don't like ourselves. Da da da. No, it's not we. Nigga, speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. That's not everybody's problem. That's your problem. That's your experience. You know what I mean? So that shit kills me, man. The way Boosie is just like allowing this motherfucker to manipulate him, man. You know, like I said, man, that's why I appreciate this game. That's why I appreciate the pimping, because pimping gonna stay armed and gamers. Pimping gonna take this game everywhere with him. And whenever somebody try to manipulate, like, you know, as the pimping, I guess this is why this offends me so much. Because, like I've said before, when it comes to this game, right? When you a pimp in the game, you done dealt with manipulation on so many different levels. When you a young pimp just getting your feet wet in the game, you got older pimps, you know what I mean, that's trying to manipulate you, trying to run game on you, trying to outwit you, trying to play on your ignorance and your greenness, right? And play on the fact that they've been in the game longer than you and there's certain things that you don't know because you fresh. You gonna have older pimps trying to manipulate you. You gonna have bitches trying to manipulate you, trying to, a bitch might supposed to be down on the track, but she got a boyfriend on the other side of town. Did she go over there and fucking suck on and give him some of the trap, and then she come back over here, you know what I mean, and give you like 1,000, and you think it's cool, you satisfied with that, but she done gave the boyfriend across town and she fucking on 4,000. Shit like that, you know what I mean? And pimps, you know, we got to maneuver our way and bump our head and learn through situations like that. We got the police trying to manipulate us. You know what I mean? When we get pulled over, jammed up by the police, or if we catch a case, you know what I mean? If a bitch tell on us, you know what I mean? Police trying to manipulate us, you know, with the good cop, bad cop tactics and trying to run game on us and trying to get us to slip up and say the wrong shit because anything we say can and will be used against us. You know what I mean? So they trying to get us to say as much as we can, as they can get us to say, so that they can have as much as they can to use against us. You know what I mean? Then if we go to court, you know, we got the DA trying to manipulate us. We got the judge trying to manipulate us. You know, we just deal with manipulation on so many different levels. That's why, you know, I trip off of certain motherfuckers that call themselves the pimping, but they just fall for some of the most elementary ass shit. You know, because nigga, how you the pimping and you falling for this shit? You know, niggas be letting hoes play with them and manipulate them and all this old type of shit and make them look stupid. You know what I mean? Dumbass shit like text message screenshots or you having trick conversations with the bitch. Like, you can't be a pimp if you doing shit like that. You know what I mean? But I say all of that to say, pimping, we deal with manipulation on so many different levels. You know, by the time we become seasoned in the game, if we stick around in this motherfucking game and last, you know, we gonna be so motherfucking sharp. We gonna be so motherfucking polished that it's gonna be next to impossible to manipulate a pimp. You know, I don't give a fuck how. And then that's the thing about the pimping too. You know, we don't get starstruck. Pimp might be a fan of somebody, but pimping ain't gonna get starstruck because pimping understands that he's a motherfucking star. You know, pimping understands that he's the show. So I don't give a fuck if it's Mike Tyson. I don't give a fuck if it's Michael Jordan. I don't give a fuck if it's Jay-Z. You know, whoever. I don't give a fuck. Oprah. Like, pimping ain't getting starstruck. And I've seen certain motherfuckers that call themselves the pimp and get starstruck. I done been with certain pimps and we might see a celebrity or something and they get starstruck. And that shit fucks me up because I don't know how that feels. Because I just ain't never been starstruck. You know, like I don't know how that shit feel. I'm a pimp. You know, I have respect for certain people and I am a fan of certain people's work and talents and all that. But starstruck? Nah, not the pimping. Pimping don't do that, you know, because it's against what we stand for. It's against the nature of us. It's contrary to who we are. Pimps don't get starstruck, you know. So again, to see Boosie like that with Mike Tyson, you know, that's why it's hard for a pimp to comprehend, you know, how a motherfucker could let another man play with him like this. But that's ultimately what Mike was doing, man. Mike was just playing with Boosie, man, and he really showed, at least to me, that he can't have no respect for Boosie. He tried to mask it and cover it up and dress it up and make it look real pretty for the sake of the interview, to keep the interview going and shit like that. But he can't respect Boosie because Mike ain't gonna do that with everybody. You know, he not gonna talk to everybody like that. He not gonna ask everybody if they are homosexual and shit like that. You know what I mean? Because, like he said, you know, he was in fear. He was scared. So the tough guy image, Mike just puts that on so that he can scare the motherfuckers that he's scared of. Right? But there are motherfuckers that he's been scared of before. It might be somebody that he's scared of right now. I don't know. But to know that, to have that game, you got to keep that in mind and take that with you when you go in front of somebody like Mike Tyson. Can't let nobody like that manipulate your motherfucking ass, man. That shit crazy. That's why I said it kills a pimp to watch this shit, man. To watch a motherfucker like Mike Tyson manipulate somebody like Boosie, man. You know, and I already know that Boosie is just going for the shit because he's such a fan of Mike Tyson. So he don't want to offend or he don't want to step on no toes. But I already know if it was just some nigga in the streets that asked Boosie if he was a homosexual, or some nigga in the streets tried to even insinuate Boosie being gay, it's gonna be a problem. Because we know Boosie is not no bitch. You know what I mean? I know Boosie ain't no bitch. He just allowed Mike to play with him like this because he was on some starstruck shit. You know? And when you a man, especially an important man like Boosie is, you know, he's an important motherfucker to a lot of people. Boosie take care of a lot of people. You know what I mean? And he got a big heart. And I know he go hard for his loved ones and shit like that. And a lot of people look to him for leadership. So for him to be the type of man that he is and the leader that he is, man, it really just killed me being the type of man that I am and the leader that I am to see another man who bears similarities. I know he not the pimping, but just to see another man who bears similarities, you know, to get done like that by a motherfucking Mike Tyson. I love Mike Tyson, but you're not supposed to let Mike do you like that, man. Not mentally. You know, it's expected for Mike Tyson to whoop your ass if you get into a fight with him. It's expected. You know, and you want people to at least be able to say like, damn, Mike whooped that nigga ass, but at least he was fighting back. You know, I seen that nigga, he caught Mike in the ribs with a cool one. You know, Mike just ate that shit though and whooped his ass. But or you know, he tapped Mike on the chin one good time, you know what I mean? You know, Mike whooped his ass, but at least he caught him with a good one. You know, just shit like that. You know, you expect that. But damn, man, that nigga let Mike play his motherfucking ass. That nigga let Mike manipulate him. You not Come on, man. You're not supposed to let Mike do you like that. You're supposed to let Mike whoop, I mean, not let, but he's going to whoop your ass. It's expected. But to let him manipulate you mentally, to let Mike Tyson play with your mind like it's a basketball, you know what I mean? To let Mike just, spin your mind on his finger like a basketball. Hell no, man. Hell no. Not Mike Tyson. Hell no. Hell motherfucking no. So like I said, man, you got to be armed and gamerous, man. You got to take this game everywhere with you. And, a pimp would have never responded to these questions like this. I'm going to take it back to the original question where all this motherfucking bullshit started. Where Boosie just let Mike play with his mind. I guess that's why it offends me so much, man, because I'm a pimp, man, and can't nobody play with my motherfucking mind.
Why do you say things about a person that might be a homosexual? Why do you say that about them? Do you feel the possibility that you're a homosexual and you by disrespect them, you further yourself from being a homosexual or thinking you may like homosexuals?
Man, this shit is so penitentiary, man. Like, see, y'all who ain't never been locked up, you just don't understand. I'm glad you don't understand. Whoever ain't never been locked up, I do not want you to be locked up, man, especially if you're a young black person, man. I just appreciate black youth that have never seen handcuffs, that have never seen a jail cell. Like, that's so beautiful. That's so precious. We got to cherish that, so if you ain't never been locked up before, keep it that way. But for those of y'all like myself who have been locked up, if you done been in the county jail before, if you done been in prison before, niggas who done did that shit. You done had old niggas try you like that, man. Like, maybe you a homosexual and all that. Man, boy, I'd have played with Mike so cold, man. If he came at me like that, nah, Mike, I'm as gay as you. Well, hold on. As I think about it, man, I might not be as gay as you, Mike. You might be a little gayer than me. I don't know. I'm not saying you gay, but you might be a little gayer than me, because you like to make grown men your bitches. You know what I mean? You told a grown man before you was going to make him your bitch. So, you might be gay, and that's why you play the tough role so that, people don't think that you gay, but you might really be gay, because when Lennox Lewis beat your ass, when he put them hands on you, you know what I mean? It felt so good to you that you kissed him on the cheek afterwards, you know what I mean? Maybe you was turned on by the way he was whooping your ass, you know what I mean? Maybe the pain was making your dick hard, you know what I mean? Because you was just saying earlier, or you was just saying throughout the interview, you know what I mean, that, certain shit, you know what I mean, certain savage shit make your dick hard. You said that, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. You might be gay, Mike, but me, nah, I'm not gay at all. I respect gay people. You know what I mean? Nothing but love for gay people, but I don't indulge. I don't subscribe to that lifestyle. I'm not gay, Mike, but you might be gay. And if you are gay, Mike, it's cool. It's all good. I don't love you no less. You know what I mean? I still love you to death, Mike Tyson, whether you the straight Mike Tyson or the gay Mike Tyson, you know what I mean? The makeup to breakup, breakup to makeup Mike Tyson, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Jody and Yvette Mike Tyson. I hate you, Jody. I hate you too. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what you was doing with Lennox Lewis. I hate you, Lennox. And Lennox Lewis with his old British ass accent. I hate you too, Mike. You know what I mean? The next thing you know, you kissing him on the cheek, and one thing lead to another, man. And y'all making hot, passionate love. You know what I mean? In the locker room and shit like that. I don't know, Mike. Maybe that's you. But that's not me. And if that's you, Mike, it's all good. But don't try to make it me just because it's you, Mike. Everybody ain't like that, Mike. Everybody ain't like you. And you don't have to project who you are onto everybody else, Mike. You don't have to be autobiographical with this shit, man. You know, just because you might be gay, you come from the slums, you done went through hardships and shit like that. Maybe somebody touched you when you was little and everything like that. Maybe that's why you that way, but that don't make me like that. You know what I mean? I don't have the same story as you, Mike. You know, people don't be playing with my mind like it's a soccer ball and shit like that, man. People play with your mind like that, but they don't play with my mind like that. Maybe people be playing with your booty like that, you know what I mean? But they don't play with my booty like that, you know what I mean? Mike, just because that's you, don't try to make it me, baby. I love you, man. You know, it's okay if that's you, but don't make it like that, like that's me, man. You know, pimping. But see, I probably wouldn't even been able to say all that because Mike would have jumped up and fired on me. I'm already. Mike would have jumped up and fired on my motherfucking ass. But I would have did it so smooth though, just like he caught, because that's what the pimping gonna do. You try to pimp it like that, you try to come all smooth and intellectual and shit like that, but you being real smooth and docile, but you being offensive and disrespectful at the same time. Ooh, I love that game. I'm a pimp. I love that game. You know what I mean? Play that game with me. I love it. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to be smooth and intellectual and disrespectful too, but I'm going to do it way colder than you. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to turn this into a tutorial on how to be smooth, laid back, Billy D. Williams. You know what I mean? Billy D. Williams, yet disrespectful at the same time. You know what I mean? I'm going to be Billy D. Williams and Tupac, hit them up all in one. I'm going to show you how to do that because that's what you trying to do. You trying to be Billy D. Williams and Tupac, hit them up all wrapped in one. But you don't know how to, you're not doing it right, Mike. I'm going to show you how to be Billy D. Williams, Tupac, hit them up right now. You know what I mean? Like, that's how the pimping going to respond, man. So, if Boosie was some pimping, man, if he had any type of pimping about himself, that's how he would have handled himself in that interview, man. But like I said, there's so much game to be learned just observing this situation, man. That's ultimately why, you know, why I went live to speak on this shit, because there's so much to be learned from this shit, man. Like, take the game with you everywhere you go. You know what I mean? If you going to the grocery store, take the game with you. If you're going on a date with a bitch, take the game with you. If you're going on a job interview, take the game with you. You know what I mean? If you're going to hang out with your partners, take the game with you. If you're going in the sewer, take the game with you. You know what I mean? If you're going wherever you're going, take the game with you, man. And I don't give a fuck if you in front of your favorite celebrity that you idolize or look up to or whoever, man, take the game with you. Because at the end of the day, they just a person. You know what I mean? You see how Mike Tyson talk about himself all the time. He always call himself a piece of shit and he ain't shit and he worthless and this, that, and the third. He's letting you know how he feel about himself and how he sees himself. You know? So, you can't let a motherfucker like that manipulate you. You got to take the game with you, man. You got to be armed and gamerous at all times. Read some of y'all comments. Right, Don Perignon, passive aggressive. Indeed, that's what Mike was trying to do. You know what I mean? Come with the passive aggressive game. But you know, that shit would have got the Kimbe Mutombo with this pimping. No, not in my house. Pimping gone. You know what I mean? Swat that shit the fuck down. Michael Pratchett always projecting his insecurity. Indeed, man, that's what he was doing. Right. Amariyahu, I don't know if that's how I say your name. Got the sauce said, that's where Boosie messed up. He showed Mike respecters of persons. Yeah, he did from the gate. You know what I mean? This is where Boosie messed up from the beginning.
I'm 37. I ain't young. Like you, I watch everything.
I watched everything. I love that motherfucking Louisiana accent, man. I fucks with Louisiana. But Boosie, that's where he fucked up. That's where he stepped in the ring with Mike and showed Mike that he beat him, had him defeated already. You know what I mean?
He said he's 37. He's 37, looking good for fucking.
Hey.
You're a baby, nigga. You don't know nothing about life. Sit down, Boosie. Sit down.
Right. Now Mike know. He know he got him one. Sit down, Boosie. Sit your ass down. You know what I mean? Sucker ass nigga. Sit your sucker ass down. We gonna have fun tonight. I'm finna play with you, Boosie. Sit your ass down so I can play with your mind. Man, Mike didn't even have to charm and disarm him because Boosie disarmed himself from the beginning.
I'm telling you, I don't know this shit. This is like a bucket list for me.
This is like a bucket list for me. He just keep going. You know what I mean? He don't even stop. He just keep on going.
Sit
I
down.
had punch out everything.
I had punch out everything. You know, for those of y'all who don't know, when he said he had punch out everything back in the early 90s, I want to say it was like 90, 91, you know, they had Mike Tyson punch out. You know, they had Mike Tyson punch out on Nintendo. That was before Super Nintendo. That was the regular first Nintendo that was out. You know, they had Mike Tyson punch out. And Mike Tyson punch out was the shit. You know what I mean? Everybody was all you know, video games was much simpler back then. You know, but for that time, Mike Tyson punch out was the shit. So when he say, I had punch out everything, he talking about Mike Tyson punch out. But, you know, you shouldn't have came like that. You should have just been like, man, Mike, you know, it's a pleasure, man. I'm a big fan of you, man. You know, I admire you a lot. And it's a pleasure to meet you. Could have been cool like that, you know? And even if you like jumping for joy that you in front of Mike Tyson, like you gotta learn how to maintain your composure, man, because Mike is ignorant. He said that in the interview. He's ignorant. You know what I mean? He's a fool. And he's a predator. So when he sees certain things, when you give him certain indicators, it's just in him to respond to that a certain type of way. So if you let him know that he can punk you, that's what he gonna do. Mike can't see the opportunity to punk somebody and not maximize that opportunity and not take advantage of that opportunity. If Mike sees that he can punk you, that's what he gonna do. Ain't no such thing as Mike seeing the opportunity to punk somebody and he just don't do it. That's like putting a stake in the lion's den and just you expecting the lion to just not touch it. No, if you throw a stake in the lion's den, the lion is gonna tear that motherfucker up. That's how Mike Tyson is when it comes to, you know, smelling any type of indicator that he could punk you. If you give him any kind of indication that he could punk you, that's what he gonna do. Even if you didn't disrespect him, even if you didn't offend him or do him wrong in any kind of way, that's just the type of guy he is. If he sees that he can punk you, he's gonna do that. You know what I mean? But when it comes to this pimping, nah, you ain't gonna punk me, Mike. You might whoop my ass, but you gonna respect me at the end. And as far as mentally punking me, hell no. Nigga ain't no way in the world. Nigga, I'm gonna allow myself to get mentally punked by Mike Tyson. No, nigga. Hell no. Nigga, I'm the pimpin'. Ain't no way in the world. Right. Hey, Yoka, remember that Glass Joe? Yeah, that's that Mike Tyson punch out. You know what I mean? Glass Joe was one of the characters on there, man, that you would have to beat. Before you get to Mike Tyson, you'll have to beat Glass Joe. I think Glass Joe was the first person that you fight, if I ain't mistaken. Big goofy looking white boy. That was Glass Joe on Mike Tyson Punch Out. But yeah, man, you know, and then especially in today's time, see, this is what Boosie got to think about. You know, in today's times, everything is a sound bite. You know, they criticizing everything that you do when you present yourself to the world on the internet. So you have to be squeaky clean. You have to be on point, sharp on all four corners, man. But still well-rounded at the same time. You dig with this game. So yeah. But one thing that I dig though, let me see if I can find that shit. Boosie let it be known. Nah, I can't find it. I don't remember where it's at. But he let it be known that, you know, he apologized to Dwayne Wade's, oh no, not his son, but he apologized to Dwayne Wade, but he still stand on what he believed. He still, you know, mean what he said. I like that he put that out there. You know what I mean? So we ain't gonna throw Boosie all the way under the bus. You know, he still stood firm on what he believed when he let that be known. He was like, yeah, you know, because Mike Tyson said something about apologizing. Matter of fact, I think I know where that shit is. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it.
Who I am, because it made you who you are, but you don't like that part. And if you got rid of that part, you wouldn't be Boosie no more. You'd be average, you'd be nothing. That's who I am. That's a part of me that I hate nothing. They don't got nothing. They got to drink the fucking water, and they drink this. This comforts us until you find out who you are and you accept who you are. Getting high.
Shit.
A lot, right? A lot. No, for no. Because she can't be your sister. She has to be more than your sister.
Just letting them
A lot.
manipulate him.
Right. No, for no why? Because we can't.
Yeah, I can't find that part of the interview, but basically, it was, like I said, it was a part of it where Mike Tyson was saying that, you know, it would be beautiful if, he said something along the lines of if Boosie could apologize to the people that he offended. And Boosie was like, no, I apologize to Dwayne Wade, you know, because I shouldn't have said that publicly, but he was like, I still mean what I said though, but I shouldn't have just said it. I shouldn't have just came out in the open and said it like that, but I still mean what I said. I appreciate that. You know, and then Mike had said something to him about, you know, speaking his mind, and Boosie was like, you know, I should shut the fuck up sometimes. But in today's times, man, the world is so motherfucking soft. And everybody want to be a victim so bad. You know, so, like, me, I appreciate the fuck out of Boosie. Like, I love the fact that he speaks his mind and that he speaks it unapologetically and he don't give a fuck who he offend. Like, we need more people like that because everybody is so, like, on, you know, tiptoeing with their words and all this old shit and don't want to say the wrong thing and, you know, like, trying to please everybody. And you can't never please everybody. So the best thing to do is just be yourself. And that's who Boosie is. He's a motherfucker to speak his mind. So I appreciate that shit. You know, and some of the shit that he be saying need to be heard. You dig? But I just appreciate, and then that's the thing too, like, people just act like motherfuckers just can't have an opinion. Like, you just can't say nothing. And you wrong for having an opinion. I appreciate the fact that he speak his mind. You know, because like I said, everybody is just such the victim. And it's not cool to be strong no more. It's not cool to be courageous anymore. It's not cool to be a conqueror. It's cool to be a victim. So everybody want to be a victim now. You know what I mean? That's why everybody, you know, all these bitches be putting these motherfucking allegations on different men because, you know, they know that they're going to get some notoriety and possibly some money, but more importantly for them, notoriety, playing the victim role. Everybody want to be the fucking victim, man, and that shit kills me. You know, so I just like the fact that, you know, somebody like Boosie is just not afraid to speak his mind. We need more motherfuckers in the world like that. Right, like Rax also said, Boosie ain't said nothing wrong. I agree, man. I don't think he said anything wrong neither. You know, now, to be real though, it is kind of touchy because it's a child involved. You speaking on a child, so that's the only thing where I think Boosie should have like. Again, I agree with him. I don't think he said nothing wrong at all, but because it's a child and you a public figure, you know that's the fucked up thing. When you're a public figure, to a certain extent, you got to be smart about what you say. But you know, that's the only thing that I disagree with is the fact that it was a child. And he said that if dude was grown, he wouldn't have said anything most likely. And that's why he said something is because it's a child. And I agree with, you know, him saying what he said, but I probably just wouldn't have said it publicly because it has to do with somebody's child. So, but another motherfucker who I appreciate, man, for speaking their mind, and it's like he don't deal with no type of repercussions, is 50 Cent. 50 gonna let you know. 50 gonna speak his mind. And 50 ain't gonna lose no money. You know, all these motherfuckers, when they say the wrong thing, they be losing their endorsements, they be losing business deals, they be losing all type of shit. You know what I mean? But 50 Cent is one motherfucker that keeps everything intact and will speak his mind. He gonna offend people. He gonna say, you know, how he feel. He gonna say what's on his mind, and 50 is gonna keep everything intact. Michael Pratchett say, yeah, nah, Freeze, D Wade already put his son out there. Yeah, he put his son out there, but you know, just you know, speaking from a father's perspective. Now, me, I don't get caught up in the internet shit. You know what I mean? Like what motherfuckers got to say and all that shit. Like, I'm not gonna get all riled up and worked up and shit. Y'all seen how the one individual, I ain't gonna say his name, but y'all seen how the one motherfucker said what he said about my child. You know, and y'all seen that I seen him. I ain't gonna get all violent with a motherfucker and all that type of shit just based on them saying something about my child, because I know a million people could get on the internet at the same time right now and say something about my child, and what I'm gonna do, fight all 1 million motherfuckers? No, it don't make no sense. So me, I can handle that. You know, like if somebody say something about my child on the internet, I can handle it. It's not gonna affect me. But just looking at it from a father's perspective, I know everybody ain't like me. You know, and some people get emotional about behind their kids, people saying things about them and shit like that. You know, everybody ain't like that. So because I understand that and I can respect, you know, other parents from a parent's perspective, you know, me, I'm just not gonna speak on somebody's child. I know, like you said, you know, D Wade put his son out there already. You know what I mean? And, you know, once you put something out there, you pretty much have to expect people to voice their opinion about it, especially on the internet. Somebody gonna have an opinion about that shit. You can't stop that. Once you put something on the internet, motherfuckers gonna speak on it, whether good or bad or whatever. So, but honestly, I mean, I don't know, I could be wrong. Y'all might tell me something different, but I didn't see D Wade tripping. I don't even think D Wade really, you know, was tripping off of that shit. I don't know. I didn't see him making a big deal out of it. You know, but you know, that's us as black people on these motherfucking gossip pages. You know, everybody want to come with an opinion. Everybody want to cancel motherfuckers. Y'all motherfuckers be getting so out of line with that cancel shit. Motherfuckers actually thought they was gonna cancel Ice Cube. Imagine that. You motherfuckers on the internet think you got so much power with this cancel shit that you thought you was gonna cancel Ice Cube. Now, if that ain't some motherfucking comedy, if that ain't the funniest shit in the world, motherfuckers really was trying to cancel Ice Cube. How you gonna do that? Nigga, this is Ice Cube, nigga. Like, ain't no way in the world you canceling Cube. That shit funny as hell. Supposedly Prince say, P, isn't your birthday somewhere close? Yeah, my birthday is in about 6.5 hours, man. At least where I'm at. I'm on the Eastern time. And my birthday is Wednesday, October 28th. That's funny because I was born on a Wednesday too. And here it is, my birthday is on a Wednesday. Yeah, Pimp gonna be 21 again, man. You know, God is so good, like I told y'all, man. God done arranged it where I turn 21 every year. You know, I turned 21 last year, and tomorrow I'm gonna be 21 again, man. Toast to a pimp's 21st birthday. You dig? James Rodriguez, good looking. Happy early birthday, P. Good looking. But yeah, man, motherfuckers really thought they was gonna cancel Ice Cube, man. That shit is hilarious, man. Motherfuckers on the internet just be getting carried away, and they be so wrapped up, you know, they be so busy, they be so caught up in the rabbit hole, you know, they go in the rabbit hole of social media, and they just go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper that they don't even understand what they doing. They don't even realize what they doing. How in the fuck you gonna cancel Ice Cube? This is Ice Cube. Ice Cube. Like, think about what you're saying. Ice Cube. And then, that's what I don't like either. You know, our people, we don't research, we don't dig into anything. We just see certain shit and just take it and run with it. Like, you see Ice Cube and Donald Trump in the same sentence, and you, nah, fuck that. Fuck Cube, cancel Cube. You don't even understand what Cube's reasoning is. You don't understand his objective. You don't understand nothing about his moves. You don't understand his intentions. You don't understand nothing. You just hate Trump so damn much that you gonna hate on Cube for, you know, endeavoring to deal with Trump. For your black ass. That's the cold part about it. Only reason why Cube is trying to deal with Trump is for your black ass. But you so motherfucking ignorant, you know, you got to understand, the powers that be, all of them is our enemy. Don't none of them fuck with us. It ain't never been a president that fuck with us. Never. You know what I mean? And Obama is black, but in Obama, I believe he fucks with black people. You know what I mean? But being in the position of the president, you know, it's only so much you can do. You can't just do what you want to do. Even Trump's stupid ass, as much as he be trying to do what he want to do, he do certain things that he want to do that's out of line, but it's a lot of shit that Trump wishes that he can do, but he can't do, right? If it was up to Trump, it wouldn't be no Mexicans in America. None. But obviously he can't do that. If Trump could just push a button, it wouldn't be no Mexicans in America. Y'all know that. You know what I mean? If he could push a button, it'd be a wall across the border. But that shit ain't finna happen. You know, so I say all of that to say it's never been a president that was just like for the black agenda. So you got to understand that for somebody like Ice Cube to go and endeavor to deal with them, sometimes you got to do shit like that. This is the powers that be. They don't fuck with us, they don't like us, but this is the powers that be. So just like they play nice to get us to do certain things, like they play nice for our vote, you know what I mean? Let me play nice to get them to do something for us. You know, because they want us to vote for them, but they don't fuck with us. Biden wants us to vote for him, but Biden don't fuck with us. Trump wants us to vote for him, but Trump don't nobody fuck with us. You know what I mean? So Cube is like, I don't fuck with y'all, but let me see if I can get this done for my people. Right? And just because you endeavor to do business with somebody, that don't mean y'all best friends. You know, that don't mean y'all coming to each other's house for dinner. It just means that, you know, this is what I have to do to make things happen for my people, so I'm gonna do that. That's what Cube's whole thing is. Cube's objective is to ultimately, you know, close the wealth gap between blacks and whites, you know, because as a people, we broke as fuck. There's a few individuals that got some money, but as a people, black folks is broke as fuck. We don't own a motherfucking thing. We don't control a motherfucking thing, right? So that's what Cube is endeavoring to do. Cube is endeavoring to give us more financial power. So you can't be mad at him for that. Tay G, the natural disaster. Local politics is more important than judges, sheriffs, school administrators. I wouldn't say it's more important. It's probably not taken as seriously as it should be. It's definitely important, more important than what, you know, most of us take it, how seriously we take it. But DeBell, happy birthday, Pete. Good looking, DeBell. You remember when we was fucking around on my birthday the last time? When I left my motherfucking debit card at that motherfucking the strip club where all the tattoo motherfuckers is, and we was all the way on the other side of town. I had to go all the way back over there. That was my motherfucking my green dot card. And P, I don't know if I told you that, man. I think I probably did tell you that way back then. But somebody at that club, probably the bartender or whoever, they swiped my card with a card reader and kept the information. And then by the time I made it back to Vegas, I'm going to use that card to pay for something. And that motherfucker was empty. I had like $500 on there. And, you know, somebody in Texas had, somebody in Houston and somebody in Katy, Texas had used that motherfucker. And I hadn't been to Houston in probably, like, at that time, I hadn't been to Houston in almost 2 years. So, but yeah, man, gots to be careful. I appreciate y'all for all the birthday wishes, you dig? It seems like I can't see all the comments. Hold on. Okay. Go right here. Tay G, the natural disaster. I'm saying in comparison to who becomes president, those figures control your day-to-day. Now, I agree with you on that. That's real. But 7 Star talking about back to Mike Tyson. See, man, you see how motherfuckers try to control this pimping and try to manipulate this pimping, man? Who is you, man? You know, I feel like Mike when he was telling Boosie, sit down, Boosie, sit down, 7 Stars, sit your ass down, man. You know what I mean? Trying to tell this pimpin' what to do, man. Who is you, man? But yeah, I appreciate all y'all for the birthday wishes, man. Don Perignon says, Ice Cube offers Walmart $100,000 to Walmart only if looters don't get arrested. I don't understand what you're saying. Renaissance XO said, playing that Forever Young by Hov for you today, P. That's my shit. Yeah. Yeah, man. But yeah, you know, most people, and I done had some, as I think about it, you know, I done had some cool birthdays. I done had some fun on my birthday and shit, but, and I done did some celebrations and shit. But I've had, you know, a lot of years, and this, I think this is gonna be one of them years where, you know, I just take this time to reflect and think about how I'm gonna be better this year than I was last year. You know, this year of birth for me, you know, how I'm gonna be better at this age than I was, you know, a year ago, right? So I just sit back and take inventory of myself and do some introspection and you know, analyze myself and figure out where I can be better and where I can tighten up. You know, I think about things like leverage, man. I just, I really want to increase my leverage. And I think about things like empowering people in my circle, you know, having a strong community, you know, not just me being on, but my whole circle being on, you know, all my partners, you know, all of us being powerful, you know, all of us having, you know, like I was telling y'all the other day about, you know, tightening up your credit score, you know, all of us having excellent credit, all of us having, you know, ownership in things, you know, not just myself. You know, a lot of people think about them things for themselves, but I just, you know, cause as the pimping, man, we deal with a lot of, whenever we talk to pimps, when we talk to other pimps, they going through it, they doing bad, they leaking, you know, and I just want a type of situation where, you know, whenever we talk to each other, we talking about power moves. You know, we already doing great, but we just talking about how we can do things even greater and elevate to a higher level, you know, and create more leverage for ourselves. You dig? So that's the type of shit, that's how I'm gonna celebrate this birthday, you know, thinking about how to increase power and increase leverage, man. That's what I'm on. I'm focused. Oh, Carlos, yeah, my birthday is tomorrow too, so we got the same birthday. Carlos Daniel says, this is my first time on your channel. Happy birthday, my B-Day tomorrow. Yeah, we both the 28th. Good looking, I appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate all of y'all for the birthday wishes, man. Right, see, I like that type of conversation. Carlos Daniel say, I want to own a plane or a boat. Right, shit like that, man. You dig? Happy birthday. See, I like them type of thoughts, you know, because we need to have more conversations like that. We need to have more conversations about owning shit. We need to have more conversations about, you know, creating and increasing leverage and make that type of shit cool. You know, like Sinful was saying the other day, you know, make healthy shit cool, make drinking water cool, make eating the right food cool. You know, because we just praise too much bullshit. You know, we praise designer shit. And it's cool, you know, ain't nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do, having some designer shit. But, you know, I think about shit like, you know, I'm not in the fashion world and I don't have any ambitions to be in the fashion world. But I would just love to see a high-end designer that's black. You know what I mean? I would love to see like a black designer on the level of a Louis Vuitton or a Gucci. I would love to see a black designer, you know what I mean, come with that caliber of shit, and then we just, you know, get behind it. And see, rappers have a lot of power, you know, because rappers make all this shit popular among us in the community. A lot of us, we only want certain things because we see the rappers with it, you know, especially our young people. You know, we just be wanting certain shit because we see the rappers with it. So that's like the status quo, whatever the rappers is doing, right? And I would just love to see, you know, a rapper on the level of like a Drake or a Megan Thee Stallion, or, you know, anybody like that, a Rihanna, you know, just pushing the fuck out of a black designer, you know what I mean, and making that shit popular, making it fly, you know. I would love to see that type of shit, but yeah, we need to have more conversations like that, you dig? But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this shit up, man. We've been live almost 2 hours. I appreciate y'all tuning in. But yeah, I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. I appreciate you wiping your feet off at the door. And for those of y'all that's new here, whenever you hear me or anybody in the chat say wipe your feet off at the door, what we mean by that is hit that like button, man. When you step into a pimp's domain, wipe your feet off at the door. Hit that like button. And I appreciate all of y'all who wiped your feet off at the door. I appreciate all of y'all for your comments, your questions, your feedback. I appreciate all the birthday wishes, man. I appreciate the super chats. I appreciate y'all subscribing and hitting the bell when you subscribe. I appreciate the shares. I appreciate your support in every which way that you come with it, man. Y'all already know who it is and what it is. Freeze is it. If y'all out moving around, please do so in a safe fashion. And let me put this last bit of love for those of y'all that's new here. This shit right here, nigga, this shit right here, nigga, this is love. Y'all call that shit water, but we call it love around here, man. Cause this shit gonna love you even when you don't love it. Motherfuckers that love themselves, they put water in their body, man. They put love in their motherfucking body. You dig? I appreciate y'all. Freeze is it.